First of all, good morning, everybody. Lovely day today. Good morning. And we want to welcome the National League of Cities, Department of Labor, our WID board. I want to thank Youth Bill for showing up, the Urban League for showing up. I cannot miss the A team that the city has, which is my team that the mayor has put me in charge of, which is Workforce. That's why we the A team. You know what I'm saying? So we can't. I want to thank Karen. You listen. You know, I was in the office today and I said, I was on the phone with my wife and I told her, what are you doing? I said, I'm trying to make Karen feel a little bit more calmer. She gets stressed out when these events happen and she's a little nervous today. So I just want her to know you did a great job. You know, the team came through. I'm looking, the team came through, they here. And I'm sure the mayor is pleased with the work. I'm sure of that, you know. I'm not gonna speak for him, but I'm sure of that. So I just want to thank everybody for coming out today. I get to do something that I know he always say he might have paid me. He probably, told Karen, let Rock introduce me. Because he always say good things about me. But I get to do something that I have an honor of doing because this is a friend of mine for almost 30 years. I met this young man in 1994 when he had a backpack on running for mayor, and I actually voted for him. I remember him coming into Robert Tree with his backpack on, running for mayor, talking about shorty for mayor. I didn't even know what that meant. But I was impressed with him. I told my boss at the time, my mentor was the labor leader. I was in labor. I said, who's this guy? And he was telling me, he was trying to talk me against him. And I was like, I like him. You know what I'm saying? We was supporting the other mayor, the incumbent mayor. But I voted for Ras Baraka in 1994 because I was impressed with his leadership and what he was doing. And as young people coming up in the city together, I thought it was important that we were being supportive of young people having a voice. And he was asking for that voice. In 1998, I volunteered for his campaign because I believed that he would have been better suited as a young person in the city to be on the council. I often tell people he's a leader's leader, meaning I was already a leader, but I was also looking for a leader. And so I was willing to follow him because I thought that he was the leader that would fit me as being a leader also. And so this brother has done so many amazing, he has never disappointed. Listen, we disagree on things, there's no question. There's no question. And listen, the great thing though is me and him can actually have a conversation about the things we disagree with without being personal, and we can move on from it, right? And then we come up with solutions to what we talked about, and I see it through. You know what I'm saying? As his leader, because I want to support him and make sure that he's successful because I chose to follow him. And so this brother has done so many amazing things, especially when it comes to workforce. I promise you, he's allowed me to have a lot of leeway in the decisions when it comes to workforce in the city. Some of you probably question later. But he's allowed for me to have a lot of leeway when it comes to workforce. And we've created and done some amazing things in workforce. One of the things is the fines that we get in the city. I wish we had our bus out here. We didn't bring the bus. One of the things that we get the fines in the city that goes, the mayor could have said, no, I'm going to put those fines in the city coffers. He didn't do that. When developers don't meet the agreements that they're, we fine them. And you know where that money goes? It goes directly to workforce, where we pay union dues for people that want to go into unions. We got buses that go out. We bought a big bus that goes out to the neighborhood to assist people with applying for jobs. We do virtual reality programs that is to be honest with you, groundbreaking, what we've done in the virtual reality world. And we've done other unique programs like film, sewing, Remix the Kicks. Some great programs that funding has went to. Last year we did a reentry program where a developer gave money to give formerly incarcerated individuals who completed the entrepreneurship program $2,500 a piece to start a business. This is the unique things that we've done in workforce, and this is the leniency he has given me, the space to actually be able to do these things. And so, it is my pleasure to bring on a brother who I think deserves all the praises, all of the praises. And I don't think people give him enough for the work that he's done. Just look at this right here. It wasn't here before you. I know there was a hill that water used to run down, and look at this. You know what I'm saying? So I think he deserves all the praises for allowing for individuals that he hired to think outside of the box and do things like this, which is Hope Village 2, that houses homelessness. So come on up, my brother, Mayor Raz J. Baraka, bro.
He's not getting a raise either right now. All that. Thank you for the campaign speech, too. I appreciate that. I'm sure Strunsky appreciates it, too, the campaign speech. But first, I just want to thank the National League of Cities for choosing Newark. Obviously, good jobs, Great Cities Academy. We appreciate you guys for the relationship we have with the National League of Cities anyway. Obviously, we benefit from that in many different ways. I want to thank the Department of Labor for your support on many of the issues or initiatives that Rahman spoke about, things that we're doing in this city to put people to work. One of them is here, what happened in this space that you're in today, with the help of many folks that are here. First, obviously, our Homeless Services Department, Louis Alario, and the great work that they're doing, and the Homeless Commission coming up with the jobs and the opportunity to build something like this. NJIT, the students, everybody that we collaborated with to make this happen. And most importantly, Rob Clark and Youth Build for the young people who helped make this a reality. And that's just not all. I mean, while we got Youth Build here, they also help us with another initiative that we have, turning Section 8 voucher holders into homeowners. They actually build some of those houses for us, and we take people's Section 8 voucher and we turn it into a mortgage. With the help of Bank of America and NACA, we're able to do that, and those houses are built. Some of them have been built by the young people from Youth Build who actually can walk down the street and say, I participated in building this house, which I think is incredible at that. So they deserve a round of applause. Youth Build, Rob Clark, the whole folks. I mean, there's countless things that we do to try to put our residents to work, whether you're talking about broadband, our expansion of broadband in the city. We have extended broadband just in April alone to over 1,000 new residents in the city. So folks that lived in public housing now have access to broadband for $20 a month, which was lower than what the federal government gives you at $30 a month. So they have it for $20. We're able to expand broadband and use the workforce, the folks in Newark, to begin to steer people towards those jobs that are going to continue to grow, because we're going to continue to expand it in the city of Newark. And I'm sure across the state they're going to do the same thing, and those folks will be able to get jobs across the state doing this type of work. It's incredibly important for us. The pedestrian bridge project that we're working on now, all these things that we are doing in Newark are centered around making sure we create employment opportunities for the residents in Newark. And that's necessity. Necessity is the mother of invention. We're not doing these things so we can be on the front cover of Time Magazine or be getting the good graces of the folks at NJ.com. We're doing this because we don't have any other choice. We have to put people to work. We need to make sure we create a workforce that is targeted and designed, particularly in communities that are looked over. Communities that are underrepresented, communities that are not targeted for workforce development in specific industries. So we do that very intentionally to make sure we have Newark residents employed in the work that's happening in our city. So I appreciate all of the folks that are here today. See some of the folks from the tech community. Karen Gaylord here from Workforce. You already met Rahman. I know you know. I don't want to bring him back up. And all of the folks that are here today in Newark. I hope you get an opportunity to see this incredible space. To me, I think this is a testament to the work that we've been doing in the city. We got a Hope Village 3 that's about to happen in the West Ward. where it's needed as well. You know, broadband is also going to be here as well. So these residents will also have access to internet, free internet here in this space provided by us in the city. I mean, this is amazing. The folks who, as they say in London, rough sleeping, the folks that are sleeping on the street get an opportunity to come and get their own key and have their own space here in a place that was put together by Newark residents and a collaboration of Newark organizations, nonprofits, outreach groups, as well as young people who grew up in this community at the same time. We'll probably walk past some of those folks that they see sleeping on the street all of the time. Now they get to say that we helped build and construct a place for them to go, which to me is an incredible, incredible story. And New Jersey Institute of Technology students got to help envision what some of this looks like, and is going to have envisioned the entire Hope Village Street that we're building. They envisioned that whole iteration of what's going to happen in the West Ward. I think it's amazing, and it also gets us to put pressure on NJIT to set more Newark students. So it's incredible, and it's the right place for us to be, right here, right now, at this site, talking about workforce, talking about collaboration, and the great work that's happening here in the city of Newark. So I appreciate everybody for coming out. Hopefully you enjoyed the tour here today. You talked to some of the folks that are around and the work that they're doing, and get another kind of insight around what's happening here. If you have some access to some money, we can use some of it around our Hope Village 3. We can use some of that, and we would love, or if you are part of green infrastructure and you want to help us plant more trees, you can do that. You see, we planted trees here. We planted maybe 300 trees just last month. So we continue to plant trees as part of green infrastructure. All of the things that we're doing also have green infrastructure attached to it as well. So if you're part of that, we welcome you to be a part of all of the stuff that we got going on in the city of Newark. I appreciate all of you again for being out here today. Enjoy your tour.
Thank you, Mayor. We wanted to make sure that you, those of you who are visiting, have the opportunity to know some of the constituents who are doing this amazing work and why workforce matters, and building our workforce in the infrastructure space really, really matters right now. And so recently we had a study that was revealed about the state of opportunity youth, and we're going to have some folks come up and talk to you about it. You have some information in your packets about a portrait of Newark, which discusses opportunity youth and the work that Mayor Baraka and his team are doing to make sure that there are opportunities for all of them to connect with their passion and their purpose in life. But before we do that, we want to mention the computers that have just recently been installed here at Hope Village 2, part of that collaborative. And we're going to ask Garth Nahr of Avatar to come up and talk to us about the refurbishing program and how that came about with the help of the City of Newark and other partners to train people on a sustainability project that happens to be green tech, a new space for us, green tech. What's that?
Thank you, Karen. I want to thank everybody for coming out today and choosing, and the folks from the League of Cities for choosing Newark. I have to say that all that you see here happens with a lot of great collaboration from the city and private, mostly from the city and some private businesses like ourselves, local businesses as well. So there's opportunities being created for businesses like mine and many other Newark businesses. So we're very grateful of that. And we want to speak about the computers that we were able to donate. My partner with Ramp Up America, co-founder Derek Law, sitting back there, had the idea and had some conversations with City OIT, headed by Sharonda Carroll over there, and Anthony Avent as well. They mentioned that they had all of these old computers that weren't being used. So we had the idea that we could potentially refurbish it, and we were put in touch with Bill Allen, who also works in your department. I think he's retiring soon, so shout out to Bill. And we then, OIT introduced it, had us speak with Karen, who basically mentioned that she could sponsor a training program where we can teach young folks how to do that refurbishing. So a lot of handoffs. Also, shout out to Invest Newark for helping to smooth that transition for the computers over to our labs over at 59 Market Street. And with the help of Karen's workforce program, we have a situation where we created an ecosystem of young folks who are taking old computers, giving them a second life. And we have a couple hundred computers available now. And shortly after I got the opportunity to wire a lot of the buildings here, speaking with the homelessness department headed by Luis Ulero and Pamela, they mentioned that they could use those computers. So then the conversation started happening. We got back to Karen, and they, you know, Karen knows how to make things happen. So we found a way to get these computers a second life here at Hope Village 2. So we're very excited about the fact that this ecosystem of training and working and workforce development is, you know, taking computers that would have gone in the trash, and now they're here connected to Newark Fiber, high-speed broadband, so that to create more opportunities for the residents here. Thank you.
Garth and Derek are very humble, but they're doing big work. And these are Newark-based businesses, small, minority-owned businesses that are doing this work. I just want to point that out. Without any further delay, I want to ask Rob Clark to come up to tell us why Opportunity Youth are so important for us to focus on in our workforce development.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Karen. Welcome, National League of Cities, Department of Labor. I guess I want to start by can we give Karen and her team and the Workforce Development Board a round of applause? You guys have been doing amazing work. It's a pleasure to serve on the board and to watch your creative, visionary leadership at work. Mayor Baraka, your leadership, your visionary leadership, collaborative spirit, and genuine care for the well-being of the city is truly inspirational. Our work within the Newark Opportunity Youth Network, in partnership with many here today, is focused on shining a light on what we believe to be the greatest resource available to the survival of any community: young people. According to the data in the recently released report from Measure of America, in Newark, there are 7,500 young people in our city disconnected from the bounty that is Newark on the rise. The partnerships underway in the city, coupled with the support of the Department of Labor and the National League of Cities, should give us hope that our collective focus on Newark Forward is indeed possible. Thank you.
Craig, you've got some students here. They're all the way in the back, but they're leaning forward on that bench. And some of them helped build what's behind us. Could you just, come on guys, come on up.
Jacqueline, and Taz. Thank you. All right, so those who know me know that I'm not going to be up here long. I don't do the long speeches, so I'm going to bring some back up here. I wanted to use this opportunity to show as an illustration of the folks in this community that joined our Youth Build program and participated in the creation of this. And what's important, and I want to say this while they're there, it's important for me to point out that these young people could have been anywhere. They chose a direction that was different than maybe their friends or their family, and they decided to show up every day to go not only to get their high school diploma, but also certifications. I was back there and I was talking with them. Yeah, give it up for them. They could have been anywhere, but they show up every day, not only excited about being there, but eager to know what's going to happen for them tomorrow under our training program. But I was talking with these gentlemen and women back there, and they were rambling off all of the certifications they got. Put me to shame, 52 years old, and they got, I think you mentioned like 5 nationally recognized certifications. NCCR, OSHA 30, lead paint removal, CPR first aid. That's the creation of opportunity and for our youth. And I want to thank you guys for deciding to be here, and not only be here, but to contribute to the community. I think one of the speakers pointed out that this used to just be an empty lot. No one I've met can actually say what used to be here other than an empty lot. So we took the blight out of this area, and thank you, Mayor, for the vision and the progress. But we've not only put something here that can benefit those who are unhoused, but we gave an opportunity for our young people in this community to be a part of that. And that's special. And thank you very much. I want to just point out Jacqueline Henry and Tasmia Hall, who are the leaders of the Youth Build. They will tell you that it's the worry about budget. I heard someone, I think it was the mayor, talking about money. The worry about budget keeps us up at night, but it's the young people behind us that get us up early in the morning. Ooh, they cut my mic. All right, I'm going to finish. I'm sorry. It's the young people that get us up early in the morning to do the work that we're doing, and I'm really proud of UCC doing the work, not only here on this site, but partnering with the city in the way that we've been able to do. Thank you, guys.
Can we just give it up for Rahman Muhammad, the magic that he has, and the bus just flying the dog outside. I don't know how they got here. You thought it into existence. You planned this in advance. I don't know what you're doing, like the Wizard of Oz or something going on over here, brother. But this guy's something else. Great job. Thank you. Yeah, y'all playing.
I truly want to take credit for that. But we're going to give all credit to Rahman Muhammad. We want to see a tour for a few minutes, but let me just quickly acknowledge in the House our Newark Workforce Development Board members who have joined us. In case you have not had a chance to meet them yet, our chair, Vesta Godwin Clark. Stand up, Vesta, so they know who you are and they can connect with you over the next day and a half. I think our chair of the Business and Economic Development Committee, Latoya Ball, is here. We have a few others who, oh, there we go. I didn't see you before. Glenn, thank you for being here. I didn't see you earlier. You'll be meeting the board members over the next day and a half. You're going to try and be at all of the stops. But I don't want to delay us from getting to our next stop. We want to see Hope Village 2 as quickly as we can. So you guys know from the tour I did this morning, we can do the New York walk if we have to. Let's make sure that you get the full experience of this space and what is being accomplished here by visiting the space that's been created here. And then we'll board the vans and head to our next stop. Thank you, everybody. We are delighted to be here with the mayor, welcoming the National League of Cities and the U.S. Department of Labor to show them what Newark has done and is capable of doing in building the new infrastructure workforce. Today we had the perfect opportunity to showcase Opportunity Youth, who helped build Hope Village 2, to show what the interest is in the construction sector, what can be done with green spaces as we build out our tree canopy across Newark, and what Newark Fiber is able to do in the broadband sector, all at this one space that houses our residents without addresses.